Hello guys, Ecto here. Today I'm going to be doing some modules that I'm surprised haven't already got tutorials because other ones have been done, so I'm just going to be finishing off the Crazy Talk variants. The coloured Crazy Talk variants. That being quote Crazy Talk, end quote, Crazy Talk with a K and Kilo Talk. All made by Blanadas 2. So let's get started.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
So let's start with the orange one, which is quote Crazy Talk, end quote. The titles of these are meant to be confused with the other modules such as regular Crazy Talk, K-Crazy Talk, regular standard Crazy Talk, which is actually one of these ones. I guess it doesn't mean you're confused with that one, but actually, yeah, I guess they could get confused with each other as well. Anyway, let's start with this one. You will see 4 cycling phrases, words, or sometimes Morse code, and you just have to transmit these to your experts in an understandable way. They're not going to get confused because you can see we have 1 the digit, 1 the word, and then 1 but with the first letter instead being A1, and then 1 in semaphore, and then what 1 in semaphore would have been, I think, at least. So let's just note down what the phrases are. So we have tree, not 3, tree, 1 ne, 1 ne, I should say as 1 ne, 2 wo, 3 hurry, and then 2 in semaphore, the literal phrase, and WON. For something like WON, TOO, it's probably easier just to spell them out for your diffuser. So Whiskey, Oscar, November. So anyway, so now we have these phrases. Let's find what numbers they refer to. So tree is 11. 1 NE is 13.
Emergency
2
cleared.
in semaphore.
All personnel, please return to your stations.
Thank you. 2 in semaphore is 38. And WON is 9. So we don't actually need the starting digits of these. So we can basically modulo all by 10, or just use the large digit. So now we have 1, 3, 8, 9, which is what we had to submit here on the cycling thing. You can spin this to make the cycle quicker. This is for if you're... This is like the fastest speed, and then 1 is the slowest speed. The default is a 3, which is how fast it goes normally. So you have to press it on 1. It doesn't matter if you miss it, you can't wait for it to come back around. Then you press 3, and then we press 8, and then we press 9, and it will submit after pressing the last digit, so be careful on this one, because you can't remove any inputs either. And also, if you do the 4 digits correctly in the order they flash, there will be a pause between the last one of the sequence and then the first one again, to make it obvious where it started. And it has to be in that order. You can't have a cyclic order like 3, 8, 9, 1. So be careful. So let's do that again. So here we have IV, numeral 2, 4 OUR, and I. So Roman numeral 4 will correspond to 8, 2, funny enough, corresponds to 2, 4 OUR will correspond to 6, and I corresponds to 5, and then do the same again. 8, 2, 6, And that's a submodule. Okay, so the next one we're going to look at is KTaNE. This one is basically self-explanatory. So we get given a measurement, so 399 kg, and it wants us to convert it into a different unit, so metric tons. So what we do here is the row is the first unit, so we find the row of the unit we want, so kilograms. Now we find the column of what we need to convert it to. Be careful, there's ton and metric ton, but they've been distinctly marked, and it also specifies it could be this. So ton, metric ton. And this number is what we multiply this number by to convert it. So 399 times 0.01. Sorry, 0.001. And we get given 0.399. So it says drop all decimals. So we can visualize this number as 0.399. So dropping decimals, we get 000. This is what we submit. Normally, if it gets drastically smaller, like grams to metric tons, you're always guaranteed to submit 000. So for this one, we don't actually. If we were in a particular number, which might happen with this one, you press the number and it will cycle through each one. If you get to 9, don't worry, it won't strike if you press it again. It just will loop back to 0. You press the button and it will solve. So, ounces to metric tons. So again, we don't really have to do the math here because that made it too small. So this is again going to be 000. I might load another one up after this just to hopefully show an example of one that doesn't immediately go to 000. But anyway, let's get on to Crazy Talk with a K. This one does require some edge work. We'll get to that when we need to, though. So you might see these skewed words, and if you tilt up or down, it becomes easier to read. So the two words we have here are brooch and bore. So take the alphanumerical sums of each of the words and multiply against each other. Alphanumerical sum is converting each letter into its corresponding digit or number with A1, Z26. So B is 2, R is 18, both the O's are 15s, C is 3, H is 8. So that's one of our sums. The other sum will be 2 plus 15 plus 1 plus 18. So this is step 1, basically. So we get 2196. If at any point the number is above, if the number is above 100, subtract 100 until it's less than 100. So we get to 96. Multiply that against the last digit of the 0 number. So we see the last digit of 0 number is 8. So we're going to be doing 96 times 8. Then we take the last two digits. So 68. If it's 0, then you don't multiply it, so it doesn't just remove all the work you originally did. Multiply that against the number of batteries. And then again, if 0, don't do anything. So we have 3, so we're going to do 68 times 3. So we have 04. This is the number we have to submit. So you press the up and down arrows to increment or decrement the number. If it's a number like we have here, 04, you have to have the leading 0. You can't just have any other digit. And we press the submit button.
Was that the bite of 87?
Thank you, Markiplier. Okay, let's do another one. So this time we have presence and forward. Yes, okay. So again, P is 16, R 18, E 5, S 19, E 5 again, 14 is N, 3 is C, and then 5 is E. That's one of our sums. Our second sum is 6 plus 15 plus 18 plus 23 plus 1 plus 18 plus 4. Tell you, we could just do all. Actually, so do this. We know we could just take the last 2 digits, so this boils down to 25. Multiplied by the last digit serial number, which we know is 8. So now we have 0, 0. Now this is where it gets interesting. We don't have to do this last step now, because we've got to 0, 0. So we could just go straight down to 0, 0. And submit. But in a circumstance, you will have to do all of these, unless you get to a point where your number becomes 0. But anyway, that is the self-module.
Was that the bite of 87?
So I'm going to load up some more kilo talks to try and find a case where it's not. Just decimated down to 0, 0.
All available experts, please report to room A9.
Okay, so this one will probably be a good example. So we have 641. First measurement, remember, is the row, so pounds, and the second one is the column. We have this multiplier, which is 453.6. We use this multiplier against this number, and we get this large number. We remove all decimals and ignore anything that's greater than the 3 digits. Anything past the least significant digits, least significant 3 digits, that is. So the number we're going to be submitting is 757. So we're going to tap to get to the number, and you press the submit button, and it's a self-module. Anyway, hopefully you now know how to do the rest of the coloured Crazy Talk variants. And I'll see you guys in the next video.